Could we always do video and screen sharing on the stage? I thought for some reason it had to be in the different one. No, I guess
Oh
that's.
yeah, this is where you do it, man. This is where it's at.
I'm just gonna pop that up here.
Yeah, this is what we do for tidings as well. So
I know, yeah. I don't know why. Oh,
you're just
missed something.
crazy.
Where'd it go? Here we go. In case anybody wants to see it, there's the marketplace.
Yeah, boy, getting better every day. Not every day,
Look
most
at all
days.
these wallet connections. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, boy. I'm looking forward to leveraging some of these because next step for me after we get this thing knocked out, we got some projects to launch, and some of them will include other chain integrations. So I'm gonna get to it. I guess Kepler does everything these days anyway, so not that we need anybody else's wallets, but it's nice to have for sure. Okie doke. Brandon, where do you want to start on our agenda?
Yeah, I'm gonna let Ryan and Greg take this mostly because they've been the most involved with the active projects, specifically the marketplace. So let's get into that and the progress and the blockers and all the things that we've been running into.
Sweet.
I know Adrian's also here.
Sweet. Uh, Ryan, do you want to talk to that? Or you want me to take it away?
Well, I will just say that the marketplace has come a long way. We're still refining some details now, but it's largely now just around making sure that all of our collections and things like that are set up properly um, to work correctly in the new marketplace. So we're dealing with less issues with the actual marketplace. So they've done a great job with that. And honestly, it's kind of all a credit to Greg. He's really been running with that, and I think I mentioned it last time, but it's very inspiring to me to see somebody from the open source community really kind of own the progression of this in a like this is the spirit of what we're trying to do. So it's really cool to see that happening. And obviously, like, we don't take it lightly how much effort, Greg, you've put into and also Adrian and the Node Fleet team as well, but really, like, that combo kind of working on this largely independently of us, with us just supporting as needed, has been really awesome to see. And it's, like I said, it's what we want out of this. So thank you both for kind of moving that forward as you have.
Yeah, I just want to echo that Adrian has a huge part in this. I pull together all the bugs, all the reporting, and work with Adrian to try and resolve them. But he's been a massive help lately. Uh, Primus from Zen Chain Labs has been a massive help. He started working on trying to hammer out what exactly the issues are with the indexer, and he's been a great at consulting with issues in the past.
Yes.
And the marketplace, I know everyone is frustrated by constantly hearing it's almost there, and I I'm going to say it again. We're almost there, and it's just been really difficult that we've gotten all this way with the big development, and now we're just squashing bugs, and we want the marketplace to be fantastic when it's released and functional and not have people reporting errors all the time. So it's going to be great. If anybody wants to test it, I can give you access so you can test it now and you can check it out. And just so everybody knows the game plan, like, the marketplace will be released with all the functionality that it should have comparable to the current marketplace. Like, everything will work and it will have more features. And we have a bunch of features queued up. I think there's like 20 that will be added in as we go. But the first goal is get the marketplace launched with all the functionality that it should already have, and then start launching new collections, like Lex said.
Yee.
I don't know if you want me to mention anything else. It's it every day we're fixing bugs. It's crazy.
All right.
Is there
So then,
any?
besides So besides that, we have just real quick, we have the NFT staking front end and the collection creation portal front end, both being worked on by James's team. They've been requesting for quite some time that we get a test net up and running for them. Anybody can set up a test net, but we need to get it set up to be a public test net so that different people can, um, launch things on it. Which is kind of crucial. So we're just trying to figure out the best ways to do that in a way that it can be up dependably and for everybody. Ideally, we launch it on Akash. So we're still just looking into the best way to do that. But that is a thing that's we know that they've made a ton of progress on that end. They just need the test net up and running to get that stuff moving towards the finish line, and we are actively working on how to get that up for them.
So you need like a passage test net?
Yes.
Okay. If you do need a extra validator or any other validators, let me know. I can spin one up, and I'm sure some other people in the validators can do as well.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I know we need one, but I don't think there's any real need beyond that. Just because it's this wouldn't be the aim here is not for a perpetual test net that is like the official long term. It's more of just for James and his team specifically to be able to get the use they need out of it. So I'll let you know. I'm not sure if I'll let you know, but our needs should be very, very minimal in terms of that. We just need to get it spun up in a way that everybody can access. Everybody who needs to access can access it.
Cool.
Yeah, so I think that outside of that, I know we had a potential zone scan proposal. I don't know if they're on the call.
Yeah, Dan is on the call. I just wanted a quick hit on, is there anything else with the indexer that we need to talk over? I know that we've been chasing down different issues and trying to pinpoint where they're stemming from, whether or not it's the indexer. Are there any blockers there right now?
Not
Yeah,
not active. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, not as much blockers as they are discovery. So I got a chat together yesterday with Adrian and Primus. We're looking at trying to figure out where the breakdown is. There's a couple issues with the indexer. One, we're missing some data. Two, some of the data is wrong. And three, some of the functionality that we need in the indexer isn't there. So for we're looking at Node Fleet runs the archive node, and the archive node feeds to the indexer, and it's possible that somewhere in there blocks are getting missed uh, to account for why is the data not correct. And then for the functionality that's needed, Adrian's working on putting a list together to submit PRs so that we can get the functionality added. And I think I put in the moderator chat yesterday, but there's already a short list of a couple things that we need to submit for the indexer. But at this point, it's not necessarily a blocker, it's just something that needs to get done.
Cool, cool. And for the let's because we got a pull request from Matt, right? Like we had some iteration with him where that was updated from their side based off of the last feedback.
But that was like a fix for one specific thing last week, and I think all of the new things he's
Exactly.
talking about is separate.
Continuing, right? And so I just want to make sure that we get that stuff in front of him as well. So that he can help support on those pieces as needed. So yeah, so let's just I mean as soon as we have any idea where the problem is, let's or as long as we can define it clearly what the problem is, even if we don't know where it is, let's put that in front of Max as well so that he can help problem solve as well.
Okay.
All right, then if that's everything on the active projects, I'm gonna invite Dan on stage to talk about Zone Scan. So his team has been working on this. It's more than Explorer, but I think I shared a link in the agenda, and he has a proposal for that. Let me see if I can add stage.
Hey everyone, can you hear me?
E.
Yeah, sorry. I don't really have a screen to share right now. Just realized we have the steering committee right after I left home, so I'm on my phone right now. But yeah, so I shared a proposal in the council chat channel on Discord. So that's pretty much it. So if you haven't read it, it's basically a blockchain explorer, but you know we focused a lot on the user interface, on the user experience. Um, so it's really modern, really sleek. It's pretty fast too. We are working to make it even faster in some cases. So we index data instead of just calling the node itself, the node API itself. But yeah, it has all the basic functionality you would expect from a blockchain explorer, but it also has like validator analytics, so you can see like the the performance of a validator for the past 90 days, if it's been jailed, inactive, if it has been missing blocks, and also their voting power. The same goes for endpoints. So we check the chain registry for endpoints and we track their performance. We do simple pings. And then we take that data and create some analytics like response times and if the endpoint has been down or up. We also have some cool visualizations, like, um, for example, during software upgrades, you can see who's been upgraded, who has upgraded, uh, and who has not. So you can see who are we waiting for, basically. It also has like a real-time live um, view of the blockchain. So you can see the blocks coming in and the validators that have signed it, and you can also go back in time in past blocks and such. It also indexes like governance votes, so not only during the governance proposal itself, but also you can see past past governance proposal votes from validators, from accounts, and a bunch of other cool stuff in there. Um, that version, the test version you can see on the website, doesn't have some of the things we've been working on, which are relayers. So you can see that's been transferred between different different paths. So for example, passage osmosis, um, you can see the value that's been transferred there. You can see the assets that have been transferred. You can see analytics on that side too. And then we also have been working on assets, so you can see all the assets, their value and such. Those are actually working. They're just not on that test website right now. And we also have a bunch of Telegram bots for proposal monitoring, upgrade monitoring, validator downtime, and endpoint downtime. So that's pretty much it. I will leave it at that. I don't want to talk too much, but you can just access the website, ZoneScan, and just explore it by yourself. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Would love to go through any of those.
Sweet.
So just for
Looks
some
good.
context background, you guys remember that earlier this year, I think in like January, MintScan stopped supporting Passage Chain and they were asking some exorbitant fee, monthly fee to maintain that support. So as a solution, we started working more closely with Primus from the ZenChain Labs team to basically update ZenScan and use that as our preferred explorer. I think we basically want to put it up to the community, like looking at the different solutions, what you guys want and need. I think there might also be room for like the Cosmonaut Stakes team and Primus to collaborate on something, but what we're looking at is like putting together a bounty for something like that if it's of interest versus what we've been doing, which is just kind of a handshake agreement with Primus. I don't know, Lex, if you want to add anything.
No, yeah. Really appreciate, for one, um, you guys taking the time to include us in on this and showcase this. concept. I mean, it looks great, and obviously there's infrastructure you got to stand up in order to showcase the passage chain in here. And also really appreciate, the ZenScan team. Primus has been a really long time supporter, and jumping in to try to fill the gap from MintScan has been huge. So I'm super down to just whatever serves the community need best. Um, and ultimately, yeah, I'm super down. This should be an open conversation. Um, in the council chat with the community, we can just formally set up some space or whatnot to get feedback from the community, thoughts, and allow the ZenScan team to contribute as well. And then we can either put together a formal proposal that people can vote on, or we'll have to just define this process. But ultimately, yeah, I want this to be something that the community can kind of carry forward one way or the other, because this is, the decentralized infrastructure that we need. This needs to definitely be the community's decision in, what and how we support these initiatives. So I think the request is totally reasonable. And I'm super happy with whatever direction the community wants to go with it. So we'll support the communication process in any way that we can, and really appreciate you guys putting in the time, because I know your time's not free. You're making a really valuable product, and I like what you're cooking.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah. So thank you for the thoughts. I just wanted to share one more thing. So obviously we will. So ZoneScan is service. So it's a SaaS product. That means we integrate a bunch of other blockchains, Cosmos SDK blockchains. So
Mm-hmm.
everything we will work from now on will also be uh, we also be available for the Passage blockchain. So we will always improve the product. We will make it better in all aspects, make the feature and so on, maintain it. So everything we do from now on will also be for Passage too. So that's a benefit that comes from having a universal blockchain explorer that works with multiple blockchains instead of working with just one. We can put more effort because it's basically the same for all blockchains we will support on ZoneScan. So I think that's a massive benefit.
Awesome. I love that. And then for that fee, that I believe was $850, um, can that be denominated in Passage under certain terms, like whether it's 30-day average, or but could that be denominated in Passage tokens?
Yes, we could work on something for sure. We prefer stable coins, but if it's not possible, then we can work on something for sure.
Cool, cool. Good to know. Good to know. Sweet. I love it. Yeah, I think next steps is we'll just kind of maybe we can set up a thread, or just have a official period for community feedback, and then go from there, whether we do a governance proposal of some kind, or just an informal proposal of some kind.
Awesome, sounds good. So, will there be a deadline for community for the community to come in and leave their thoughts, their feedback, or anything like that? Just want to know when we
Yes.
hop off this call. So, what are the next steps, basically?
Yeah, 100%. We should have a discussion period of like a week. Um, so maybe we can put up some type of announcement, direct people to where to place their feedback, and then set a period of like 1 week. Doesn't need to be anything crazy, but just a window that's big enough for stakeholders to get involved.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you.
Sweet. Okie doke. Um, and Greg, does it make sense to
Yeah.
set up a channel that is role locked, so we can ensure that I mean, we could also just do this on, what is it, Commonwealth? But for the sake of keeping it simple, does it make sense to set up a channel or a thread that's role locked where we could just get feedback from stakers?
Yeah, we can totally do that.
Cool, cool. And that doesn't have to be like that doesn't have to be specifically for this conversation. We could just set up a something else in the council
I'll
group.
Yeah, I'll set up a governance discussion channel, and then we can
Cool.
have breakout threads for each
Perfect.
governance proposal, so we can discuss them individually.
Sweet. Sounds good. Awesome. And we'll try to get that up this week, and then we'll give it 7 days.
Sweet.
Yee. Anything else on our agenda? Yee. Go team go. If you
Paige
didn't
muted
see it,
herself, so I don't know if she was going to say anything and muted herself.
No, I was going to say no. That
Okay.
was it for the agenda.
Yee.
Can I show off the marketplace just a second?
Yeah, of course.
Please do.
Okay, hang on. Just in case anybody wants to see what it looks like. So you can see, I'm sharing my screen. That we've got this banner across the top, and this has got all the different ecosystems. So anybody who's familiar with current NFT marketplaces, this is going to look a little bit different. And the reason is that Passage NFTs are geared towards use in certain worlds or ecosystems. Like it might be multiple worlds, but they're going to be related. So, like as you know, like Strange Clan has a couple NFT collections, and they'll be used for Strange Clan. And Passage has uh, a bunch of pucks and different building materials, and those will probably be cross ecosystem. But everything else, like you see, MetaWawas are mostly going to be specific to an ecosystem. So if you uh, click on the Explore ecosystem, you'll see it'll bring up the different collections that are in there. I am aware that these numbers are not currently correct, and this is an indexer issue that we have to work on. And if you click on the specific NFT, you'll be able to open up the collection itself, and this will be faster. We have all the different filters for uh, classes and backgrounds and features, all those different things. And then you can drill down into the specific NFT itself to see different information about it. The minting section is going to have all the current mints in there, and these are listed in here as completed. We might be removing out the ones that have been completed just to keep this neat and tidy, and I know that these ones are not for minting. These also have to be corrected. As I have said before, we're still working on the marketplace every day, but it's very close. So uh, that's what it looks like. It's being worked on. It looks great. It's got uh, excellent features, and if anybody wants to test it out or has any comments or questions, let us know.
Yee. I love it. And then go and support us. The Akash team just dropped a fun clip that you should click from Akash Accelerate. I'll drop it here in the chat. Go ahead and share that. And then if you didn't get a chance to see our conversation with CryptoCito that dropped yesterday, go ahead and share that as well. And you'll also get a chance to earn a nice little chunk of passage tokens because he made it through the gauntlet of our treasure hunt in the Cosmoverse world on Passage. So I owe him some passage to drop to the community. Go support us there. Yop it up in the chat, and go check out the full conversation and comment on the YouTube feed as well. Just help support this educational process as we're jumping into Passage Worlds with creators from all over the place. So our first conversation was OG YouTube creator who's got 1.5 billion views at this point, and has been everywhere from like reality TV to late night TV with Jimmy Fallon. In our conversation, he talked about talking with Jim Carrey during one of the episodes on the late night show. And it's a really cool dude who's got a big influence in the creator space. And then our last conversation was with Cryptocito. So we're trying to span the gamut in terms of different types of creators and different verticals. Obviously, we've got access to a lot of really cool Web3 creators, but we also want to do a lot of stuff with traditional Web2 creators and just showcase where people are going with the tech. So support those conversations and help us get the word out. Yee, go team go.
Great, thanks everybody.
Yee. Thanks for showing up. Stay Dragon fam. Peace.